Morning, KU.
Good morning.
Good morning. I'm Reese Dunker.
And I'm Sarah Fichter.
And we have a lot of news to talk about today.
Yeah, we definitely do. A lot of things have been happening in the last couple of weeks for sure.
For sure.
To start off with, Disney Plus is up and running as of today, which is very exciting for some people, but I know there's also a lot of conflict that is coming with Disney Plus.
100%. I think there's a good chance it could take down the Netflix industry. Like, what are your thoughts about like Disney Plus in regards to Netflix?
I mean, we were talking about this earlier. We were saying that, like, you know, Disney owns the right to ESPN, but ESPN is not offered on it. It's on Hulu. There's a lot of movies that are on Netflix that are not going to be on Disney Plus that are owned by Disney. I feel like there's a lot of just like owning right issues. So, and then also, I know there's the big issue with like The Office leaving Netflix because now all these shows are kind of doing their own thing, so they're buying the rights back and everything. I just kind of want like one platform. There's so many different things now. Yeah. It's a lot.
I mean, a big thing for me with Disney Plus, I saw that Nat Geo Wild's going to be included in that, and like being like an avid outdoorsman and watching that stuff, I can't wait to watch the Nat Geo Wild.
Oh, right. I was just, okay, yeah.
National Geographic, like lions.
Those are good. They're known for that. There's definitely going to be a lot of new ones. And then with other news, if you guys didn't know, but the Bachelor Boys came last week on Friday, which I did go to, and then someone else from the show went to as well. And so we were able to interview them. We had a meet and greet. They answered lots of questions. They were gorgeous. I loved them. They were awesome. And if you tune into our show on Friday this week, we will have footage of it all.
Could you provide me with like a couple of the questions you asked?
Yeah, so a lot of people were asking questions. It wasn't just us, but they gave a lot of insight about, you know, the behind the scenes of a reality TV show, kind of how the whole casting process worked. It's really interesting. We have a lot of footage of it that we'll show on Friday, but there's, you know, it was pretty interesting. They were funny too. They were really cool. And they actually both of the boys, Blake and Jason, went to Allen Fieldhouse that evening to go watch the basketball game.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, that's very neat.
Yeah, they're supporting our school.
So why were they exactly on campus? Like,
they were on campus. Someone asked that, and they're not doing a tour or anything. They're kind of just going to different campuses, and they're invited to like speak. And obviously, there's a big crowd that went. I would say there was over like 200 girls there. Really? I'd say there was about 99% girls that went. It was a lot of people.
On the sports side of the news, though, as it might have been mentioned, the KU women's soccer team defeated TCU in the Big 12 championship.
I love that.
And due to that, they're now going to be hosting their own regional, where they're going to take on Iowa. And if they win that game, they'll take on the winner of Virginia Tech and Xavier. So that's going to be that's very big for the Jayhawks. Not always being known as like the soccer powerhouse, but hey, the program's headed in the right direction. That's about all you can ask.
For the first time since 2004, Kansas has made back-to-back tournaments, and they arrived not only as Big 12 champs, but a 3 seed as well for the reward. It was the first Big 12 title in program history, besting TCU 1-0, and you can still hear the party taking place in Lawrence. And that will be where the game takes place with first-round matchup Iowa. The Hawkeyes at-large berth gives them just their second ever tournament appearance.
Yeah, as it was showed, the Jayhawks are hosting their own regional. It will be out at Rock Chalk Park, taking on the Iowa Lady Hawkeyes, and what's sure to be a great game. I mean, any game between two Power 5 schools, as in Kansas from the Big 12 and Iowa from the Big 10, is guaranteed to be a great game.
I think it's awesome that we have more than just basketball that's doing really well this year and getting attention, especially soccer. I think that's a good thing.
Soccer's on the come up. So is football.
Women's soccer.
Women's soccer, yeah.
There we go.
I mean, we're not lucky enough to have a men's soccer team though, but the women's soccer team definitely makes up for it.
Oh yeah, definitely. And last week, if anyone tuned in, we interviewed one of the girls from the soccer team, and it was really interesting. Yeah, it was on our Friday show.
Well, that's great. But I think that's all the news we have for you today. So we're going to head to a quick commercial break before we come back with the news.
In America, littering is becoming a bigger and bigger problem. In the U.S. alone, 250 million pieces of trash are littered each year, costing $11.5 billion in cleanup. Of that number, 40% of the trash comes from motorists on highways. We are slowly destroying our natural resources by littering so much as a society. Next time you see trash on the ground, do your part and throw it away.
Welcome back, I'm Matt.
And I'm Jasper, and this is your Good Morning KU news update. A Buffalo Wild Wings manager died in the Boston area after being exposed to 2 cleaning agents that created toxic fumes in the restaurant's kitchen. The fumes also left 11 employees and 2 customers with serious injuries. The fumes were the result of a mixture of bleach and acid that one of the employees put together to clean the kitchen floor. An investigation is currently underway.
3 people, including a suspect, were shot outside the Players Sports Bar early Sunday morning. Police say the shooting took place around 2 a.m. in the parking lot. The 2 victims are expected to recover, while the suspect was airlifted by helicopter to Kansas City, where he remains with life-threatening injuries. The circumstances of the incident are still unknown.
Politicians, celebrities, and thousands of people across the country are rallying to prevent the execution of death row inmate Rodney Reed. Reed has been on death row since 1998 for a murder that many experts believe he did not commit. Pressure is mounting on Texas Governor Greg Abbott to exonerate Reed. The execution is scheduled for November 20th.
The Kansas Union will honor the 129 Jayhawks who died in World War I with an engraved star for each person. The stars will be located underneath the newly remodeled Arc on Jayhawk Boulevard. The construction just finished in time for a Veterans Day dedication ceremony held yesterday.
The Kansas soccer team won the Big 12 Tournament Championship on Sunday in Kansas City with a 1-0 victory over TCU. Forward Mandy Dugan scored a goal in the 55th minute, and goalie Sarah Peters recorded her second shutout of the tournament. As the number 3 seed, Kansas will host Iowa on Saturday at 5 p.m. at Rock-Chalk Park. If the Jayhawks win, they will host a second-round match as well. And both the men's and women's basketball teams are off to a quick start. After falling to Duke in the Champions Classic, the men's team bounced back with a 74-62 win over North Carolina Greensboro on Friday. For the women's team, freshman Holly Kears-Geter scored 24 points to help the Jayhawks open their season with an 84-72 win over Indiana State, followed by a crushing 91-50 victory over Illinois Chicago on Sunday in Allen Fieldhouse. Both teams will play at home this week again. Freshman guard Jalen Wilson played all of 2.5 minutes this season before breaking his ankle. He'll be out for 3 months, but head coach Bill Self says there are no plans for lifting the red shirt from Mitch Lightfoot.
If you get Mitch, it doesn't help our situation. Now you've got 4 or 5 men as opposed to 3. So that's not going to help us defend on the perimeter. You know, if one of them were to go down, then I think it probably would. But no, I don't think that's going to play a factor right now, Gary.
And that will wrap it up for today's news update. It's going to be another cold one today, with temperatures expected to reach a high of 32. Tomorrow, however, we should have plenty of sunshine and a high of 47. That's it for today. Have a great day, Jayhawks, and stay warm.